This tutorial is on naming formulae for polyatomic ions. The first step is to write the name of the metal. The second step is to write the name of the polyatomic ion, but do not change the ending to IDE. The third step is to add a Roman numeral for the metal if it is multivalent, which means it has more than one charge. If it's not, you don't need to do step 3. And if you do add the Roman numeral, it's incorrect. So let's do the first example here, K3PO3. K on the periodic table, potassium, it only has one ion charge, so no Roman numeral is needed. We'll just write potassium. PO3, on the back of the periodic table, PO3, phosphite. Make sure we spell it exactly right, phosphite, not phosphide, not phosphate, but phosphite. And that's it. We don't need to do step 3. Remember, because potassium only has one charge, so we're done. Next example, NiOH3. So we look Ni up on the periodic table, and it has a name of nickel, and it has 2 ion charges. So we're going to have to use a Roman numeral. Ni. We're going to keep track of the charges here because we're going to need those to figure out the Roman numeral in a minute. And we write nickel there. So let's look up OH. It's on the back. Hydroxide. OH is -1. So we have to do a little more work for this one. So we're going to have to write the ion in here. And then we look carefully at the name, or sorry, the formula. It's OH3, and that means there's 3 OHs. Each one of those OHs has a charge of -1. So the total charge is -3. So then we look, how many nickels are there? There's no subscript. It's got to be a 2 or a 3. Well, what's going to balance the -3 on the other side? +3. Then we'll write 3 in as the Roman numeral to represent the ion charge. So the name is nickel 3 hydroxide. Final answer. Next one, MgNO32. Mg, magnesium, only one ion charge. So all we have to do is write magnesium. Don't need to keep track of the charges because there's only one. NO3, nitrate. And we're done. Magnesium nitrate. Don't need a Roman numeral. Magnesium doesn't have more than one charge. Okay, let's do 2 more examples. Cu2CrO4. Copper. +1, +2. So we're going to keep track of the name copper, and we're going to have to show all our steps now. This one's a little more work. It can be a +1 or it can be a +2. CrO4. That's going to be on the back of the periodic table. Look for it. CrO4 is chromate, and it has a charge of -2. So we'll write the name up here for now, chromate. CrO4 -2. That's the ion charge. So then we look at the original formula, and it's CrO4. There's no brackets around the CrO4. There's only one of that ion. There's only one charge of -2 on that side. Sometimes students are tempted, they see the 4 and they want to write 4 down. But remember, if you don't see those brackets and then a subscript outside the brackets, you only have one ion. How many coppers do we have? 2. So the charge on this side is going to have to add up to +2 in order to balance. So there's 2 coppers. So if we make them both +2, that'll add up to 4. That won't work, but +1 will. So the charge on copper here is a 1. So it's copper 1 chromate. That's your final answer. Okay, Au2, SO4, 3. Look at the periodic table. Do you know what Au is? Everyone's favorite element, gold, plus 3 plus 1. So we'll have to do the extra steps on this. Plus 1, plus 3. Then we'll look up SO4 on the back of the periodic table. Sulfate, SO4 minus 2. So we'll write sulfate. And then we'll have to figure out what the charge is on gold. So if you look back here, the formula, now you see there's brackets on a little 3. So that means we have 3 SO4s. Can you see what the ion charge is going to be on gold yet? So it'll be minus 6. You look over here, there's a little 2, which means we have 2 AUs. It's got to add up to plus 6. Which of those will work? Plus 3. Did you guess right? So the Roman numeral that goes in there is a 3. Gold 3 sulfate. Final answer. All right, there's a couple of practice questions. Show the answer to your teacher and then pick up your homework assignment.